Hey YouTube, The Spicer here, doing you a quick tutorial here on the Gunpla Youtubers channel on how to top coat. And I'm going to be top coating the 1/60th Bandai M9 Gernsback with Krylon matte finish 1311. That's what I usually use myself. Now you can use a lot of other options, a lot of other variety, more specifically for this. But I'm going to show you how I do it in kind of the, I guess, lazy, cheap way. And we'll kind of get you the before here, where it is kind of shiny, especially up on the head. It's not really cast in a matte plastic, so it's semi-gloss. I wouldn't say it's super glossy or anything like that. The guns are kind of the same vein. So let's go ahead and pop outside, get this taken care of with the time lapse, and we'll see what's going on. So, after letting it set for about 15 minutes and doing 3 coats on it in total, this is the end result. Now, of course, yeah, it is a little hard to tell on camera, but you will notice there's no glaringly bright highlight on this anywhere from the lights, other than maybe on the internal frame a little bit, but you can't see that. So all the armor pieces are a nice, really flat gray, and that's what I used, was a flat top coat. So if you're really sick of that kind of really plasticky looking shine, that semi-gloss, this is a good way to do it. And let's go ahead and get you zoomed in so you can see a little bit more of that. Let's go ahead and fix this. There you go. So you can actually see it more so now that you're closer. Here is a very even spread of the light versus what you were getting before, which was very bright in one specific area, and then it kind of flushed out gradiently across everything else. Same thing on the top of the head here. You can see just a little bit of a bright dot there, but it's not glaring. It's not crazy bright. And if we bring him around kind of this way, you can kind of see just a little bit more that it's very even across it. Even here, you're not getting one giant bright area. It's very distributed. It's a lot more mute, and for suits like this, usually grunt suits or anything that's more really pushing the real robot envelope, really does this very well, and usually works very well with a matte coat. Like Zaku's are great, Grazes are great, which is actually the second one I did, and you'll see that in a second. But I wanted to point out the yellow really didn't get affected, and that's really something to note. If you chrome anything and you go over it with this, it will take all the gloss out of it, so it's a very muted silver, which is actually kind of a cool feature, but whatever, that's a totally different video. So let me go ahead and move this guy out of the way, and we'll go ahead and get the Graze in here. Now this is Kara's Graze Ritter from Iron Blooded Orphans, for all you Gundam fans out there. And not necessarily directly as evident, but once again, no glaring bright white light sections on this. Now, in case you're curious, because I know you are, does it really make a difference for all you noobs out there that haven't messed with top coats? And it did take me a long time to get into it. So, let me get these here in focus. That's the difference right there. As you can see, the one here on the left was the one I top coated. I didn't top coat this right one. And you can see just how reflective that light is. This looks a lot more like a real, almost kind of like a velvety material. Now, same thing over here with the weapons. It's a little harder to tell right there. You see that shimmer right there at the base of the gun, kind of where the grenade launcher is, doesn't carry up through the rest of it as much as right there. And yes, that is angled, but at the same time, that's the top coat difference. That grenade launcher is not top coated, so this bottom portion right here is not top coated. Same thing with the sniper rifle. You can't really see it as right there. Right there where the bipod attaches, I did not actually hit the bipod with any top coat. So you can see the rest of the rifle doesn't really give you that same glimmer. And it looks a lot more like it might be kind of a plastic metal or kind of a synthetic carbonate or something like that. It just looks a lot more realistic for what is here. So there's your quick under 10-minute tutorial on how to top coat. Follow the instructions on whatever you get is the best thing I could say. If you're using that 1013, one of the most important parts is you make sure the moisture level's right, temperature's right, it's not crazy windy. Today is almost a little too windy for it. And that you follow the timing instructions, because that is very important. You know, coat after 2 minutes, shake for 2 minutes, let set for 10-15 minutes, and bam, you are good to go. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next tutorial video.